and welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Fields of Glory Empire as Rome, where we were picking on the Aduini, but apparently everyone else has decided to pick on the Aduini. We're technically actually at war also with the Quantai, or Aquitani over here, which is what we had declared on the Aduini, so we could get to them. But apparently that has been somewhat stymied by other stuff going on. By everyone sort of dogpiling on the same people we're dogpiling on. Okay, we got another build harbor. Where can we upgrade our harbor? It's basically everywhere. Let's do Venetia. Seems like a reasonable place to have a harbor upgrade. Okay. I'll cycle the turn. We are rich enough we could probably support a fourth army or a navy expansion. We're currently not really using our navy, which is why I'm not expanding the navy. Should be a fairly easy battle here. Yeah. Back into the stable tier, so we'll need a little bit more culture. Taking territory isn't necessarily helping with that right now. Trying to progress. Duini is proposing peace. I still need territory from them to get to the place where I'm trying to go, so we're going to say no. We'll march you there. Road is done. We don't have a fort here, so we'll go ahead and you will build a Roman camp. Verni here, or the Helvania here. Again, you're kind of now in my way, so you're joining the list of people we are at war with. Three open building slots. Because of population growth. Could grab the second palace. And what? Acts as another capital for ruler. 32 culture provides wine. And if we get ceramics, marble, and gold, it will be more valuable. Theory, I think we're playing a low enough difficulty that we do have. Oh, apparently that's the second capital. Apparently we don't have one in Italy. Oh, no, Campania Rome is in Campania, okay. Oh, no, we are Rome. So Latium is probably where Rome would be. Surprised we don't actually have a capital. So we're being offered the second capital, apparently before we're being offered the first capital. Yeah. It says it's a world wonder. I think it's technically a national wonder. It's a national wonder that if you don't have one yet, you can get a second one. Is incredibly infrastructure expensive. We don't have a lot to build in this area, so I'm not actually too worried about grabbing this and slowing everything down. We will go ahead and grab it here. We'll see if we can get ceramics, marble, and gold imported to support that then. Of course, that means we're going to be heavily incentivized to slow growth down to build it. Don't really need the flax field here. Oh, I got enough that if I sent the guy down, we could pave the road. So it may make sense to actually build the warehouse so we have 3 infrastructure buildings so we can maintain access to Tier 2 infrastructure when we pave the road. No, definitely we're getting no culture from the Oration Tribune here. Yeah, we'll do warehouse. And we don't really need the pop growth, so we'll swap you over. Could grab a amphitheater, which would be expensive because we'd be importing silk. I might delay on that because we don't necessarily need the culture right now. We want the culture, but we don't need the culture. I'm actually going to go ahead and do a reroll here. We got one open build slot, and there's some interesting buildings that we can get access to. We can get access to the gold mine, for example. I do want another commerce building to access to tier 2 commerce buildings. The best one here, for our purposes, is probably the crafting district. Not the Ushura. We don't really want the loyalty penalty. We don't want the decadence either. So yeah, we're going to reroll here. Okay, got an open slot here in Rome, what I'd normally consider Rome, which is Latium. And this is a pretty valuable street polar. Toss up between that and the trading post, but I think we do want a little bit of culture, so we'll go street polar. And we needed a little bit of culture in general to get back into progressing, so we'll go ahead and take those guys off of infrastructure and put them on culture generation. 2 open slots here. This is a forest. We don't really want clay pit. Unlike quarry, which is arguably a better source of stone for what we want, it also provides a help on us. We'd rather the Brickworks Wheelmaker. Ooh, interesting. So this is the place where, yes, we could import this from someplace else, but this is providing a bonus to some other place by building it here. So it's tempting to build the tannery. Yeah, let's build the tannery. The building in taking over territories is slowly developing. Yeah, we've already tagged that move. Okay. Regional decisions. None that we want to do. I'm a little bit tempted, and we do have the money for it, so I will. Let's go ahead and raise another Early Republican Legion. So we can have 2 running around building upgrades. Money's starting to flow decently well, so I might even just start upgrading Roman camps to limes as well. That siege is going well. These guys, next turn, should be able to make it down here, and then we'll be able to push them into this province, or that territory next. And if some of our sieges go well, we should be positioned... Is there literally one guy in the fort? There's one guy in the fort. Okay. Though, apparently... the stationary one here has lost its general. 1-2 is not bad. We'll give you 1-2. An order and assault, because apparently there's no garrison. Basically no garrison. They've been starved out or killed off or whatever faster. So we'll just carry out the attack. Okay, let's take a turn. There's our storm going in. 19 versus 1. So even if that one is benefiting a lot from the wall, it's still going to have a bad day. And the siege roll actually gets used before the attack. So what I think ended up happening here, and it's not easy to see, I didn't see the benefit they had for the wall, so I suspect the wall actually fell before the assault went in. And they've got 3 units they're just going to lose, so I'm going to skip that combat. I think that... was that an objective we took? I think we took an objective and not gain the... Yeah, we took an objective. Okay, dubious Casabelli, Rome declared war on the Averni. still got a blizzard in that Alpine region. In fact, right now, unless we move through our allies, which is what we will do, the Alps that we would normally want to travel through are currently blizzard-upped. Full semi-serious blizzards. Commercial port. Commercial port's always nice. Because +1 trade range. Copperworks aren't actually that bad. Can import Copperworks. They'll give us the 3 commerce buildings we need. Yeah. Okay, second palace is going to take its sweet time, but everything else is going well. We don't necessarily need loyalty here, otherwise we'd go for the pleasure house. We do want to grab 3 infrastructure buildings so we can upgrade the public works. So quarry's not a bad choice. Does provide a health penalty, but the health penalty we'll just accept. In here, yeah, Wheelmaker's a good one. So Wheelmaker, go for the 3rd one, allow us to upgrade the road. Road class building. 3 empty slots here. Don't need the gladiators. We don't yet have access to weapons this far out, so... Archer isn't that bad. Archer would give us access to the 3 military buildings. Let's upgrade the limes for a better frontier defense. If we have access to the cattle from the smokehouse, and we do, it's a good building. Wheelmaker is always great. Okay, and our campaigns are going reasonably well everywhere. That's the new place we just took over. Fortune Teller wouldn't be the worst out here. Let's get Fortune Teller. Make sure everyone's fed, and then everything else goes on infrastructure. Make sure everyone's fed, then everything else goes on infrastructure. Finishing up what's currently in the queue. Let's march you there. March you to the siege. Because the siege will take a while. I believe we're still at war with these guys. Yeah, they're the whole reason we started this war was to come attack them. So we started a war to start a war to get to them. So we can protect our allies down here. We want them... What would it take to get a client state off of you? Oh, we gave them the entire territory. That's a little bit more than I really want to offer. Sure. Yeah, the client state of our client will soon be our client state. Okay. I don't know if you can client state down multiple levels or if they'll be freed or whatever. Took the region, got 1 progress token. We are in the progressing tier, so we should be able to get another token RNG-wise. And then thinking about going to war with the Belgae because they've got one of our progressing tokens on them. Where are our objectives? Ally, Belgae, Zagreus, Parcii. Give it a turn. 15. Okay. Somewhat surprised. Where is that one? So, know where that one is. That one's there. That's the Belgae one. Zagreus. Renius. Where are those guys? Sargentum. No, that's not that. Zagreus. Okay, so there's the third one. Fourth one's supposed to be Renius, which Parcii, is that really? Don't think this is Parcii. Yep, that's Persia. Oh, what? Why did you just randomly alt tab? Because it did. Okay. Okay, don't know where a third one is. Apparently we've had it since the turn 15, so presumably can't be too far away. Yep. Spend a little bit more time looking for it. I'm surprised it's not closer to Rome proper. Actually, at this point I should probably just use the search feature. Paris. Paris. Oh, okay. No, not Paris. Paris would be... Aldo Paris would be like over here. Paris. Okay. Yes, all our objectives are apparently in Gaul at the moment. Okay. Vaguely Gaul. Objective, objective, objective. Okay. In the progressing tier, did not pull a progress token from the progressing tier. Okay, working on nothing here but the second palace. We've got 2 turns in the second palace, so it's not wasting any infrastructure. Now that actually won't be a place to pick up training grounds. Pick the training ground up. Courthouse is always great. Apparently losing a little bit of culture. But it is a... What's happening is the Oration Tribune is providing 5 culture due to, I think, marble. But the courthouse doesn't do that, but it provides a decadence reduction instead, so... Decadence reduction is actually arguably a little bit stronger than culture. Black culture. How badly am I overbuilding here? Okay, so we're getting 160, so we're definitely overbuilding by at least 30. Probably even more than that. You literally don't even need any provided as long as it's not negative. So yeah, we need state or province-wise. We need like 90 infrastructure. It's obviously a lot less than we're currently giving it. Let's get a little bit higher in the progressing tier. Every place where we're putting guys on for loyalty reasons, we'll just put every citizen on for loyalty reasons. And then the rest will go to food. Okay, we're getting closer to the amount of infrastructure we need. Okay, go a little bit farther. Like there, I think. Yeah, that's about right. Could go a little bit farther as well, but that'll be good. Noble district, probably actually overkill if we're only looking on one noble district. Little overkill, not a lot of overkill. Okay, these guys are not going to be efficient on culture. We'll put them in culture anyway. And we need about 80-90 more infrastructure. Oh, 80-90 less infrastructure. Let me phrase that right. How short are we now? Overcommitted a little bit. That'll be fine. Okay. And we can't send up the province here because interference from the other people have meant... Actually, no. Forget these two. We'll get it. Okay. Events are still going. Yeah, events are still going. Regions, don't want any of those. Don't need to invite. Well, actually, let's in. Well, actually, no, we just send a trade deal off, so we're going to lose resources from that, so we'll just cycle the turn. Belgae is jumping our war stuff again. Okay, the Belgae are just going to get declared on this point. They're causing annoyances. Okay, we got another progressing tier, progressing point. We want one more so we can get promoted to Empire rank, tier 3. Okay, signed a trade deal. Alliance between us. Drag them back to war. Drag them back to war. Those guys apparently, and those guys. Belgae, you're for getting in the way again. Belgae has one of my objectives. They have one of the places I want for oh, there's all 4 of our armies in the same place. Did none of our armies get through? None of our armies got through. Wait, where's the 3rd army? There's the 1st, there's the 3rd, oh, but yeah, okay, well, none of them got through, all of them got pushed back. Okay, Belgae, you've annoyed me semi-seriously. Same thing with the Rahi here. So we're gonna start war. There'll be a war there. There'll be a war there. Okay, so I want you because I want 1 to stay where they are. 1 to go there. And I can't order and move into the territory we're declaring war on, but we will be able to next turn. So we're going to fight in all the directions. If we're fighting in all the directions, I probably need, honestly, more troops. Okay, we can spare about 120 infrastructure here. We're going to increase money, because I'm going to raise another army. And armies are expensive, so the money to raise the army is somewhat valuable. Okay, that's enough. Finish the palace. 5 open slots. Amphitheater is expensive because we don't have the bonus from cloth and it requires silk. It is a really good source of culture. I'm thinking we'll do it. Well, no, extra cheaper and provides basically some culture. Okay. School. School is always nice. Also doesn't take us up a lot, so we can keep building as soon as it's done. Building the theater here would get us access to tier 3 culture buildings. So we'll do that. You've arrived, you can build a thing. Pave that road. You're at a place. The road is paved. Build the Roman camp. In Rome itself, stand up 4 more Republican legions. 6 velites. In this province, if we can, we want 2 Cisalpine cavalry and 2 light cavalry. And this one to support the whole rising. I think we'll actually swap over to Latin foot. So this is a 4-4. The Latin foot is a 3-3. No, the 4-4 is better. We'll do the ally then. And those 3 guys will merge together to form a combat army. You're building, you're building. We do have a guy stationary here, don't we? Yes. To help protect the square that you're going to go ahead and leave, we're going to have you build a Roman camp, so there'll be a camp to fortify that province on the next turn. Finishable Fortress, which is, or Forest, which is moved either by prospecting or sawmilling. Got no prospect right now, and it will be a while before we pull sawmill. And yeah, that was most of our money, which is one of the reasons we put more guys on making money. It may be worth putting more on infrastructure here to get the school done faster. Another 150. I don't think we're getting another 150, actually. Everything's over 75. Everything's over 75. Everything's actually over 65 here as well. We got a place that's going to be building. We got 3 build slots. Schools are always nice when they're available. Mine, iron mine, sure. Street polar, forget the papyrus bonus? Yes. We do have a school here. Schools are reasonably expensive, so we're going to slow the growth to complete the school faster. Okay, bit of a mess over here, which is why we don't have a province over there yet. Diplomacy-wise, can we get you... You don't like us enough. Can we do cooperation? Yes. And then we'll give you some... They don't want manpower. We'll give them a little bit of metal. Sweeten the deal. And some money? Yeah. Let's propose that treaty. If we can, we'll try to make those a client state as well. Do some peace with the, do some diplomacy with the Greek colonists. Unlike the barbarians. And then let's cycle the turn and see how the local barbarians respond to us declaring war upon them. Still in the progressing tier. We're going to want to probably slow down how much culture we make the moment we progress. They're proposing to settle peace. Let's, because they're not in our way anymore, and we don't have any war goals on them. Let's actually see what they're willing to do. Right now, we're gonna counter their proposal. We don't want to give them any of the stuff they're asking for, so just know. What we want is every province that we've already taken from you. Every province that we currently occupy, give to us. 39% chance they'll accept, so we'll propose that. We've got a pending transaction from those guys. We give them stuff, they give us money. And I think technically they pay for the troops, so I don't see a reason not to give them some Latin troops. The Latin troops are inferior to the legions, so they want troops that are inferior to my troops, that's fine. I'll accept that. Okay, main army, advance. Main army, or army advance there, army advance there. We don't technically have any war goals in them. What I want is I actually specifically want to complete provinces I can. So I do want that Germania Superior province. Riety here does actually control basically all of Riety, so if we are going to do heavy fighting with them, we might just take a lot of stuff off of them. We'll see how much of a resistance they put up. We do have another army forming up. So you attach to those guys, you grab the best general available, which appears to be a 1-1 logistician. We'll march you up towards the capital of the enemy. You go attach to that army, so that'll be a full army. That's going well, that's going well, that's going well. Okay, construction-wise... Construction-wise, nothing to construct in the province. So as long as we don't run negative slaves to food, citizens, either to food or money. We do need a little bit of money. Our money stockpile is depleted again. So citizens to money, slaves to food. It's going to be the plan. 121 surplus. Logistics, or infrastructure, which is enough for us to completely get everyone off of infrastructure and still run a positive balance, so nothing is grading. 5 open slots there, okay. Ooh, this is interesting. We're gonna go, as tempting as to go the Preceptor House here. We're gonna go land expansion. More slots. More slots so you can keep building, so you can keep having stuff to replace it to build more things. We've only got the school going here. We can drop about 190 production to do something else. Yeah, it does look like it's going to be food mostly while we're waiting for people to convert. for us to find excuses to free the slaves. There's one Roman citizen here, so we're going to make or one Italic citizen here. We're going to make them do money. Everyone else is going to be... Yep, there's some Italic citizens there. Everything else is going to work. Food. Oh, how much do I need? It's like 60? 60, yeah, so we'll call that good. Close enough. Local forces crushing the invader, because good old Roman camps. Horatian Tribune. Do we need loyalties? That's not too much of a problem. Clearwater is always nice. Grabs Clearwater. You go there. We're going to want to build some... Actually, go up into the Alps. While the Alps are clear, go to the Alps. So we can build the camp and the roads in the Alps. Okay, focus on getting that built. That's good. Don't think the food situation... Yeah, no, it hasn't. Okay. Okay, looking at it, it's probably a good time to put another part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. We're going to continue our war against the barbarians in everywhere, pretty much. Money is going back up again after we just raised a 4th Legion. We should pretty easily be able to afford to maintain that 4th Legion. We do have guys going around improving our roads. Are you actually... You are done with where you are. I'm not quite ready to make that one a road, or pave that road. We can make regional roads there, so you go to that one to do some regional roads. But yeah, we got 2 guys running around doing road improvements. We got another legion forming up. We got 3 legions on the attack. If everything goes well, we should hopefully be able to slam into our neighbors here. Take more stuff off them. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.